Okay, Miles and Albie, tell us about a memory you have with Judy that you really cherish, and some, and how this reflects some quality in her you really admire and love. Guys, Miles. Miles? Okay. Okay.
I love you, a bushel and a peck, a bushel and a peck, and a hug around the neck, a hug around the neck, and a barrel and a heap, a barrel and a heap, and I'm talking in my sleep about you, about you. 'Cause I love you, a bushel and a peck, you bet your pretty neck I do. A doodle-doo-doo-doo. A doodle-doo-doo-doo-doo.
Hi Mom, happy birthday. First of all, I want to tell you that Morty and Rivka did all the work for this video. I'm very honored to participate in it, but they deserve all the credit. There's so many things, wonderful things I could say about you, and powerful things that I remember from things that we did over the years together. I just want to tell two really quick stories that I always think of when I think of you. First is when I started at reading group when I was, I guess, in kindergarten, maybe first grade, Richmond, Virginia. And I was such a weak reader that they put me in my own group. And you told me that that was fine because I was so special that I had my own group. And that was my attitude. And over the course of the year, I kept on plugging. And by the end of the year, I was in the highest group. And you, of course, were ecstatic that your son was moved to the highest group from being not good enough to be in any group. And you were so happy. And I couldn't figure out why you were happy because in my mind, this was a demotion because I no longer was special enough to be in my own group. But that's just a beautiful example of the optimism that you always imbued in me in everything I've been working on, from kindergarten and way down the road. The other thing is a story I think about a lot with you, which is right after Yosef was born, you called me and you said that you have my Star Wars figures for Yosef to play with. And I thought that was so strange. And you explained to me that for years I played with these figures a lot as a young boy, and for years you always wondered maybe you should just give them to Rivka. Rivka is the only parent of any of your grandchildren. And Tara and I have been married for so long, and what, it'd be nice for my kids to have it, but I don't have kids. You kept on saying to yourself that, you know what, he can have kids, it can happen. So therefore it was a very moving thing for you to call me up and say those Star Wars figures were still there. And that is another image of you that's very strong in my mind, which is of your beautiful Amunah, your beautiful faith, your beautiful tefillah. So whether it be your warmth, whether it be your confidence in all of us, whether it be the beautiful model that you exhibit for all of us as a very believing Jew, there's so much that we're appreciative to you for. We're so ecstatic that our kids could call you anytime and have the excited response of Bubby Judy. And I just want to wish you a happy birthday. Love you very, very much. And you and Abba should celebrate many, many wonderful years together. And hopefully we're bringing you some nachas. Happy birthday.
Hi Mom, happy 70th birthday. We're all supposed to make a video of something we remember about you or something we appreciate about you. It's hard to really get it down to one thing. I'm going to right now thank Morty for coming up with this amazing idea and being by far the one who had the most invested in enacting this idea. Thank you, Morty. This is a terrific idea. So anyway, Mom, I was trying to think of all of my memories of you from my early childhood and my late childhood and my adulthood, all of the ways that you were there for me. What could I pin down to a short video in honor of your 70th birthday? And I had all kinds of things flit through my mind. I had when you used to make me Bunny in the Hole when I was a little kid, and I had the lemonade we used to make when put mint in it in Cleveland, and I had when I was a teenager how you were always there for me, always supporting me, always on my side, and as an adult, how you're always there for me even now. We talk so frequently, and you're really such a good friend to me, and you're there for me physically when I need you. You stayed all Pesach and even after Pesach to wait for Yaakov to be born. And you were there for me for all the different kids and through all of our wonderful times and all of our challenges. You're always there for me. So I thought, gosh, what one story or memory can I take that would represent all of that? And then I decided at the end that the thing that I really wanted to share with you, it's not really a memory, but whenever I was a kid and people asked me, what did I want to be when I grew up? I never really knew the answer. I had, sometimes I would just say, I don't know. And sometimes I had my fake answers to make them stop questioning me. But I really never knew what I wanted to be when I grew up that would answer the question, because the real thing that I wanted to be when I grew up is I wanted to be a wife and a mother like you. And that was really, to me, this is like the basis of my life, that you were such a wonderful, and you are such a wonderful wife and a mother, and that's what I want to be. No matter what else I'm doing in my life, I want to be a wife and a mother like you. Always there for your family, always loving your family. Your family is always the number one thing in your life. And that's who I wanted to be, and that's who I still want to be. Sorry, this is the second time I'm doing this video because of these problems. Anyway, so Mom, I wanted to say to you, happy 70th birthday. Thank you for always being there for each and every one of us. And thank you for being such a wonderful role model for me of what a woman can be. We love you.
Hi, Mom. Happy birthday. Um, I think one really important takeaway from this video, at least for me, is that you are not only my mother, like you are a whole person, a multifaceted human being who has impacted many, many people. It's like something I know already. It's not quite news, but it's really clear. Um, so that lets me off the hook a little bit from somehow capturing you, all the things that are great about you, because we have a lot of people doing that in all of our own ways. But I will try to spend a few minutes talking about one piece of who you've been to me and who you still are to me and always have been. And that piece is your bravery. Um, I have these two moments with you that I carry in my mind so much that I want to just remind you of. So, one of those moments is, I don't know exactly how old I was. I feel like I was 4 or 5. I think we were living in St. Louis, or maybe it was Richmond, and I was in the back of a car that you were driving. I was definitely in the car with David. I think Rivka was also in the car. And you had parked, and we'd opened the back door of the car, and suddenly there was this dog, this big dog, who was sort of nosing his way into the car and kind of jumping on us. And honestly, I'm not I'm not totally sure that the dog was sort of being intimidating or threatening. It's also possible in retrospect that the dog was just sort of being curious. But as I recall, I was terrified. I was so terrified. I think it felt like how Jurassic Park would feel to characters in the movie. Like there was just this beast that was on us all of a sudden. And as scared as I was of the dog, I was shocked at you because you went into this like ferocious, fearless, scary mode. You took your purse and you were like from the front seat, you were just thwacking the dog, thwack, thwack, and you were yelling at the dog like, "Get out of the car! Get out of the car!" And the dog like totally got out of the car. And I was stunned because up until that moment, I had known you to be my mommy, which to me only meant loving and kind and gentle and soft, like always gentle with me, gentle with everyone I knew. And then there was something honestly not entirely comfortable about realizing that there was this whole other part of you that was just sort of in reserve, this like fearless, ferocious part of you. But what was really clear to me in that moment and really forever after was that there is this fearless part of you that you will access if it means protecting us, if it means sort of like you worked so hard to keep us supported and secure and sort of having the conditions we need to thrive and to be happy. You put so much thought into that. And that if something sort of feels like it's going to come and disrupt that, you bring it. And I think that's true for your students. I think that's true for your family. But I am going to focus on my experience of you, not other people's experiences. So that's one kind of bravery. And the thing is, even though that bravery and that kind of ferocity, like, isn't always front and center, like it doesn't show up so often, it's always been clear. It's always been in the mix. It's like part of the story in my mind of you. You know, you are gentle, but you will shift into fearless if it means looking out for us. But then there's this other kind of bravery in you that has always been there that was not in the mix for me, that I didn't start seeing until you became the my mother in my adulthood, until you became this other mother I've also needed you to be when I suddenly needed that. Um, and that was this didn't start in this moment, but this moment, this particular moment, is really it really so important to me. And it was at the end of 2013. I was going through a time that felt really difficult to me. It was a time where I was experiencing a lot of joy and a lot of excitement, but I was also experiencing a lot of pain and disappointment, and it was overwhelming. And there was this night in December 2013 where I thought I really wanted to just reach out to you and get some comfort from you around it. And I thought maybe I shouldn't because it might just make you nervous, it might make you worried, and then that'll make me like upset, and then it'll get worse. But I thought like maybe I just really need to talk to her. Um, and I called you, I talked to you, Abba got on the phone, I talked to the both of you. And there was something so strong and brave in the way that you let me feel heard, and that you were not you didn't it you didn't try to reassure me that there was another way to see things, even though, of course there was. You didn't try to kind of compensate for the sadness I was feeling by bringing in some other comfort. You were you were you just got it. You really got it. And you didn't try to change it, you just got it. And at the end of that call, I felt better, I felt unburdened, and I felt supported, and I felt like I had had enough, like I got enough of what I needed. But then the next morning, I woke up to this email from you, and it was such a beautiful email. And I've read it many times since then. I cry every time I read it. I hope you still have it so you can appreciate it, appreciate the gift you gave me of that email. But it was an email in which you let me know more about your own life and yourself. And it was a kind of it was a kind of being with me that was more than supporting me. It was more than hearing me. It was showing me your own strength and your own wisdom, and letting me know that that was there for me to borrow from, and for me to just hold in mind. And this is going on longer than I meant for it to go, but I think what I've been noticing a lot more at sort of this moment in our lives together. I'm sure a year from now I'll want to tell you something different about yourself that means the world to me. But what I've been noticing a lot at this moment, when you are turning 70 and I am 37 and you live in Newton and I live in New York, is that it's easy for me to think that the parts of myself that I'm really proudest of, that that are most important to me to keep cultivating, to keep growing, these parts of myself that are my ability to, like, my bravery in a relationship, my ability to understand someone else's experience in a relationship, my ability to hear something, to talk about it, to not run from it, to be calm in it. So I think about those parts of me, I think too often as something that I was able to develop in me because you made the conditions such that I could find those parts of me. That you gave me this supportive, secure space in myself, that allowed me to kind of get all the obstacles out of the way and develop a part of me that could be brave. And what I'm realizing more and more is the part of me that can be brave, as in that can stand up to something when I feel like something needs to be protected, or the part of me that can be brave in hearing something that is scary about myself or about my relationship, and being true in that. Those braveries are things that I actually get from you, that you have had, and that there are parts of you that I'm so, so glad you passed down to me. And that's something that I'm noticing more all the time. So that's a gift from you that I don't just sort of look back on and think of how meaningful that was growing up. That's a gift you keep giving to me every day. And I really look forward to all the days ahead of us where you keep giving that gift to me. And hopefully, I give a kind of gift back to you and to the people you've taught me how to be loving with. Happy birthday.
Birthday, Mom. We love you so much. I always tell everyone I have the best mother-in-law in the world. Thank you so much for treating me always like a daughter and never as a daughter-in-law, whatever that means, because I'm not sure. I have no experience. But thank you so much. We love you so much. And we hope you have a very happy birthday and many more years of health and happiness with Abba and with your children and with your grandchildren.
Happy birthday, Judy. I think the thing I appreciate most about you is how thoughtful and considerate you are. Every time we've come to stay at your house, you've gone to great lengths to make sure I was comfortable and that you served food I could eat, and I know that's not easy. It has always made me feel loved and cared for. You're the best mother-in-law a guy could ask for. I hope you have a wonderful birthday and many more.
Hey, it's Danielle Freitag. I wanted to make sure not to miss out on the happy birthday project for my mother-in-law, Bubbe Judy, as we call her. And how many mother-in-laws out there are there who can say that they have a son-in-law who's eager to do this and happy to say how much they adore and appreciate their mother-in-law. And I was asked to say one interesting thing, so there are many to say, but I love how my mother-in-law takes classical show tunes and adapts them for each of my children and sings it to them. And every kid knows that as the kids are young, or the babies arrive in our family, Bubbe Judy is going to come by and sing them a classic show tune with their name in it. Anyway, happy birthday, Bubbe, and many more years.
Happy birthday, Bubbe Judy.
Gedalia.
Happy birthday, Bubbe Judy.
Moshe.
Happy birthday, Bubbe Judy.
Rachel.
Happy birthday, Bubbe Judy.
1, 2, 3, go!
I love you. I love you. bushel and a peck, and a hug around the neck, a hug around the neck, and a barrel and a heap, a barrel and a heap, and a broken in the sea. About Bubby Judy, about Bubby Judy. Na 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 na.
Great! Anybody want to say anything else?
Can we watch it?
Not yet. Gedalia, say something. Fast.
Bubby Judy, I really like it that you just spend so much money for it. I want to sing another song. And like
Great. Moshe, your turn. Did you want to say something?
I like it that Bubby Judy, I like it that you us buy us movies.
Great. Moshe, Yosef.
Bubby Judy, I also love it. I also love it a lot that you spend so much money for us to watch things and get us apps.
Great. Rachel, blow Bubba Judy a kiss. Blow a kiss. Blow a kiss. And now everybody, 1, 2, 3, we love you. 1, 2, 3.
We love you!
Excellent. Great.
Happy birthday, Bubby Judy. I remember when you used to write for me in kindergarten.
Thank you for reading Encyclopedia Brown. Thank you for bringing me to the park when I was younger and singing songs to me. It was very nice.
Happy birthday, Bubby. You're always so caring and you show everyone exactly how much you care. In particular, just this week when I was moving into the dorms in college, you sent me 2 emails and a text just to make sure that I was doing okay and settling in okay. And I just want you to know I really, really appreciate it. And happy birthday, and I love you.
Happy birthday, Judy, on this very, very special birthday I made as from Shana. I'm so happy to be able to do this. You're such an amazing grandmother, an amazing Machatine and stuff, and you were always so warm and welcoming to us and to Daniel when he married Rivka. There's one incident that is so over the top that every time I think about it, I can't get over it, and that was the day of Daniel and Rivka's wedding. I'm sure you'll remember that one. What happened was Mr. Berkowitz had to deal with the situation in the atrium. There was no lights, there was no electricity, and I remember that he called you up and he told you the whole thing, what was going on. And I think the normal reaction for any person would have been like, this is my only daughter, this is my first wedding, I have guests coming, how in the world are we going to have a wedding like this? And when Mr. Berkowitz told you that the situation was kind of not very going to be very pleasant for the wedding, your only reaction was, poor Mr. Berkowitz. I still remember hearing that. That's what you said to me. You said, oh, Mr. Berkowitz, I feel so bad for you. Like there was no thought to yourself and your simcha and what it was going to be like to have a wedding like that. And as it turned out, it was quite a beautiful wedding and a wonderful simcha. And I so appreciate how you've been so wonderful to everyone, to us, to my son, and you're a wonderful grandmother. And I remember when we came to the house the first time, I was nervous. You were our first Machatanim, and I was so concerned about how it was going to go. And I accidentally, before we left, said, "Oh, we have to hurry to get to the Rosenbergs." And everyone jumped on me and said, "Ma, their name is Rosenbaum." And I was so nervous I was going to say Rosenberg again. And the whole way from Muncie to Teaneck, I kept saying Rosenbaum, Rosenbaum, Rabbi Rosenbaum, Mrs. Rosenbaum, Rabbi Rosenbaum, Mrs. Rosenbaum. And we got to the door in your usual pleasant, warm, welcoming style. You said, "Hi, we're happy to meet you. I'm Judy, and he's Roy." And wow, I was so happy that I didn't have to worry about doing the wrong thing. But ever since then, it's always been wonderful and pleasant. And we wish you all the best on Maybe Shoshana.
Judy, I remembered when I came first time in your mother's house for the interview. You were with Mom in the kitchen, and how much love you have for your mother and how you were care. And each time when you came visit Mom alone or with your husband, Mr. Roy, it was so nice and really big joy. And on your 70th birthday. I wish you God blessing, good health, lots of happiness, and big joy from your children and grandchildren. God bless you.
Go for it.
Am I on? Oh my God, am I on? What am I gonna say? Okay, I've been asked to say some things about my sister Judy. The gematria for Yehudis Miriam Bas Yaakov Moshe Levi and Rachel Leah is, I don't know, but it must be amazing. Somebody who does everything for everyone all the time. First graders who are now 90 years old. I don't know how that happened because you're only going to be 70, but they're still talking about their first grade teacher. Judy. They don't say Judy. Though you told me today, I think that David used to call you Judy because he said everybody else did and he was 3 years old. The point I'm making is I'm trying to channel one of your voice messages on our phone. So if this takes about 25 minutes, you'll understand. I love you. We all love you. Esther loves you. She's upstairs right now. We're in Chicago because Mom's going to be 97, God willing, next week. Remind her of that. I love you still. And Morty, who's filming me and doing an amazing job, loves you also. And really, you're the greatest. So he told me to remember things from the past, but I can only remember the present because I'm talking to you now. Okay, happy birthday. Sorry I'm not there. Bye.
These balloons are also for you. Happy birthday. You did a great job this weekend, and it's so nice being with you close to your birthday. You're like a sister to me. I love you. Wishing you all the best always.
Hi, Aunt Judy. So you're turning 70, and you are the youngest looking 70-year-old woman I know. I mean, you look amazing, and I think that every time I see you. When your children put together the request for this video, the request came in as share some of your favorite memories and what you love about her. And because I didn't want to leave anything out, I wrote down 3 things that really stood out for me. Okay, thing number 1. Whenever you see me, you always express your utter delight and joy in seeing me. You make me feel so special every time you see me, and whether it's genuine or an act, and if it's an act, you're a really good actress, the point is it feels very sincere. You make me feel like I'm the most important person in that moment. So thank you for that. It's a lovely quality, and I've always appreciated that about you. The second thing is that one thing I've always observed about you is you always have a sunny, warm, positive, exuberant disposition. Again, whenever I see you. I think it's very hard to always be sunny, exuberant, happy all the time. I certainly don't do that. And I'm not a good enough person to put on that warm, happy disposition whenever I encounter other people. So I don't know if you ever have a bad day, and if you do and you still have this sunny disposition, thank you, because whenever I see you, whether you're talking to me or talking to other people, I always think it's one of the things I love most about you, that sunny, warm, exuberant disposition. And finally, and this is actually a serious thing, when I was a teenager, I worked different jobs to earn money because I needed to have spending money, and the only way I was going to get it was if I earned it. And I used to give my father my paychecks to deposit for me. And there was one paycheck, I am certain I gave it to him. It never made it to the bank. He still maintains I never gave it to him. I did give it to him. But I was so distraught that this check was gone. It was about $183. For me, as a teenager, that was over 2 weeks worth of work, and it was a lot of money. And it wasn't so easy to just say, I'll easily be reimbursed $183. My mother must have told you the story on the phone one day and how upset my mom felt that she wasn't in a position to just give me that missing money. And a few days later, a check came from you in the mail for $183 with a beautifully written note telling me you felt terrible that the check went missing and you wanted to be sure I had that money. I've never forgotten that kindness. It really, really meant a lot to me, and I think I expressed my appreciation to you then, but even though it was probably 28 years ago, maybe 27, don't want to date myself here, I just wanted you to know how much I value you and appreciate you, and how much I love you, and I think you're wonderful. Happy birthday.
Hi, Aunt Judy. Happy birthday. I want to wish you and Uncle Roy all the best, health, happiness, and lots of enjoyment from all your kids and grandchildren. And I just want to tell you, you've always been so wonderful, so encouraging, so positive with everything you've ever talked to me about, discussed with me, and it's always stayed with me about, what unconditional love you have for all of us. You're really a special person, a wonderful daughter, a wonderful wife, wonderful sister, wonderful mom. And I just wish you all the best, all that you wish for yourself and more. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Judy! We are sorry we can't be there in person to celebrate with you, but your wonderfully creative children and the miracle of modern technology allow us to accomplish the next best thing. We have two quick stories to tell. The first is from when I was a baby. My parents were going out for the evening, and you and Uncle Roy generously agreed to babysit for them. As my mother tells the story, I was a little too young to remember. Before bed that evening, Uncle Roy was tasked with changing my diaper, and I surprised him by giving him a bit of a shower, so to speak, after which he needed a real shower. Despite that, you never held a grudge against me, and even let me come visit you a few times, which segues to story number 2. Last summer, in July 2016, we came up to Newton with all of our kids for our friend's bar mitzvah. On Shabbos afternoon, we came back to your house after eating lunch with the bar mitzvah family. Esty, as she is wont to do, ran ahead of us and knocked on your door. We tried to get her to stop, telling her that we had a key and she should be quiet. We didn't want her to wake you up if you were napping. But Esty, being Esty, just kept knocking louder before we could get there. Eventually, Uncle Roy answered the door, in his pajamas, and looking groggy, and a bit perturbed. Esty, unflappable, just looked up at him and said,
Hi, Uncle Roy, where's your wife?
Honestly, we can't blame her for wanting to spend more time with her great, emphasis on great, Aunt Judy. We wish you a wonderful birthday and many very happy and healthy returns. Ad me'eva esrim shana tova. We love you, Aunt Judy. Happy birthday!
Hi again, Mom. This time I'm here to read you a written message from Sharon and Burton Kaplan. And because you're such a skilled puzzler, let's see if you can figure out the secret puzzle in this message. Excuse me. So lucky to have the great, gregarious Judy Rosenbaum as our sister. Joyful laughter, understanding and compassionate, devoted daughter, youthful and young at heart, rosy cheeks, outstanding character, sales shopper expert extraordinaire, entertaining storyteller, nurturing mother and child, bright and intelligent teacher, alert, always conscientious and responsible, uniquely talented communicator, both in writing and speaking, marvelous wife, mother, and grandmother. Happy number 70. We appreciate you and love you so much. Sharon and Burton.
Hi, Judy. This is going to sound like a really strange memory to have, but there are so many, and this one really sticks out. When you were going to school and you were student teaching, you had a very young group, I think kindergarten, and you showed us two things. One of the things you showed us was how to read a book to little kids, where you held the book out with both fingers on the bottom so they could see the pictures. The other thing was a song you used to sing about, put your shoes on, boy, put your shoes on. No, mama, no, mama, no, mama, no. To this day, I think of that song every time I would have to ask one of my little kids to put on their shoes, and I still know how you read a book to a little kid because of what you showed me. Granted, this is a strange thing to remember about all the things and all the experiences we've had in our lives together, But I want to wish you a very happy birthday and many happy returns. Love us. Bye.
Happy birthday, Judy! The first great kindness of Judy Rosenbaum that I can remember happened in the early 1970s, which was actually 25 years before I even met Judy Rosenbaum. I was back from college visiting my bubbe, Rose Rosenbaum, and she was so excited and she wanted to show me this 15-page beautiful handwritten letter that Judy had written to her that week. Judy had just been married for about a year to Roy, and my bubbe was just so excited and pleased to have this wonderful letter from her grandson's new bride, and it made her so happy.
Hi Judy, this is our tribute to you, our dear friend, on achieving this special birthday. When we think of you, we see your outgoing, friendly, humorous, thoughtful, kind, and generous personality.
We first met you and Roy in Virginia 35 years ago when we were just starting our family. Your children were still youngsters too, but Rivki had outgrown the doll stage. It was so generous when you gave us Rivki's doll with a cute little blanket, jacket, and hat for Miriam. Our children enjoyed it for a long time.
Fast forward to a new century. We were so excited to hear that you were moving to Newton. We couldn't wait to introduce you around and make you feel at home. When we heard that Rivki had daughters of her own, we packed up the sweet doll and returned her to her original home.
You're always asking about how all of our children and grandchildren are doing. One day, when I told you that Elisheva, then 9, had a story published in a Jewish children's magazine, you asked to see it and wrote a nice note to our granddaughter on her accomplishment. It was so thoughtful of you and shows how much you care for your friends and their families.
We always enjoy your company, and we know that when you and us are together for a Shabbat meal, that we will be thoroughly entertained by your enthusiasm and wonderful stories.
Happy birthday, Judy!
Hello, Judy. We are smiling because we can't think of you without smiling. And it was all I could do to not wish you a happy birthday when I saw you in the bookstore about 15 minutes ago. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Judy. Happy birthday to you.
There's one word that stands out when I think of Judy, and that's sunshine. When she walks into a room, the entire room is aglow with happiness. She's always smiling, always greeting everyone with a kind word, and it just means so much to have a friend like Judy who is so sincere. In this day and age, sincerity is very often a thing of the past, and Judy is just sunshine and sincerity. And on this very special occasion of your Kanai Nahara 70th, we want to wish you many more simchas with your beautiful family, and we should continue ad mea ve'esrim to see your beautiful sunshiny disposition in many locales. Mazel tov from the Schuss family and lots of love.
Hello, Judy. I want to wish you the happiest of birthdays ever. Ever since I moved to Newton, the first time I met you, you were so welcoming and warm and friendly, and I knew that we would be great friends. I look forward to your Shabbos calls every Friday, and you're always asking about my family and always asking about my kids and my work, and you never talk about yourself. You never complain. You're always happy, and it's such an inspiration. You're happy when there's a simcha, and you're compassionate when there's not. And I love having you for a friend. I wish you the happiest, happiest, happiest of birthdays. Ad me'av esrim, from me and Alan, lots of love.
Hi, Judy. I am thrilled to be included in the list to wish you a happy birthday. Knowing you, it's got to be happy because you're such a happy, super person. You exude happiness wherever you go, and you just care about everyone, so you make everybody happy. So I am so glad that you have become my friend, and I'm your friend, and we have a good time together. We laugh together. but we can talk together too. We've had some nice, deep conversations that really are very meaningful, and I so appreciate it. And most of all, we've had funny conversations. And the funniest one is when you told me the story about how somebody referred to you. They had told somebody about you, and they said, "Oh yes, Judy used to be a man." And I love that. I can't tell you how many people I have told about that, but it's wonderful, and it's just one of those fun things that is like you. So to you and to Roy, who shares everything with you, a happy birthday. Enjoy. I can't believe you're so old. I am so much younger than you. I mean, I just can't believe I have an old friend. But I love you anyway. So happy birthday. Have a wonderful time. Love you, Judy. Bye-bye.
Dear Judy, your sweetness, warmth, approachability, and wise counsel have meant a great deal to our daughter Luda, with whom you have met regularly on Sundays for the past few years and provided a connection to Judaism. You occupy a special place in Luda's heart as well as in ours for all that you have done.
Unrelated to Luda, but a true representation of your approach to others, is an incident I recall a few years ago when my daughter Tamara, whom you also know, completed a training course to learn how to transport patients in the hospital. Tamara was very pleased to receive her certificate, and I recall that we were on Harvard Street and Tamara wanted to share her class certificate with you. We found you at work at the Israel bookstore, and your communication of joy at Tamara's accomplishment and your praise was a perfect compliment to Tamara's already buoyant mood.
We wish you a most happy birthday, many blessings, and may you continue to make all those around you always feel that much better.
Happy special birthday, Judy. I was so pleased when Morty called to ask me to participate in this surprise video in celebration of your special birthday. It was also an opportunity for me to reflect on our friendship. You are indeed a very special friend. You were among the first people to reach out to me when I moved to Bergenfield more than 20 years ago, and I have certainly valued our friendship over the years. I remember the special Shabbat afternoon get-togethers where we shared and talked and laughed. And then you moved to Boston, and we continued to be connected. Once my kids got there, it was a whole new story. You were my link to them. I always enjoy the phone calls reporting on my beautiful children and grandchildren, how lovely Cheryl looked in Shoal, Yakir doing guard duty, laning, Natan laning, Eyal, his debut of Anim Zmirot, and of course, the quintessential Ezra opening the Aron Kodesh, not only a story told to me, but actually a story written that we have all enjoyed and enjoyed. Judy, when I think about you, I think of you as a loyal, devoted friend who greets everyone with your beautiful smile, your beautiful countenance. Your kind words are always words of encouragement and praise. I think you really see the good in everyone and in everything, and that is really a gift. I know my life has been made better by our friendship, and I just want to wish you many, many more good years of good health, years with Roy, with your children, with your grandchildren, much nachas, and just have a wonderful birthday. Love you.
Happy 70th birthday, Judy.
Happy birthday, Judy.
We are so excited to have you in the community, and when we first moved here, it was wonderful to have such a warm, friendly face to greet us, and we really look forward to seeing you every time we're in shul together, other events. You're just such a wonderful, loving person. We feel so fortunate to know you. We almost feel like you're part of the family.
And we love the stories about our children and how much nachas you shep from our children's achievements, just like we do.
We particularly loved the story of Ezra as he went up to open the Aron for the first time, and we will treasure that forever as well. It was very sweet of you to incorporate our son into one of your stories.
Happy birthday.
And many, many more, and much health, always.
Happy birthday, Judy. Judy, when I think of you, I hear your joyful voice, your Simchas Chaim. When you moved to Bergenfield, you brought a ray of sunshine. Now, when we speak over the phone, I still hear and feel the warmth that emanates from you. Your optimism, honesty, cheerfulness, enthusiasm, and caring for others makes you a magnet. You attract friends wherever you go. I am honored to be one of them. Every Shabbos afternoon, we would get together, taking walks or just sitting in each other's home, talking about life, our families. We are both on the same wavelength, worriers but also nurturers. What is utmost on your mind is the caring of your family, friends, and community. You are definitely a giver, a people person. Tzvi and I wish you a happy, healthy birthday, wishing you and Roy many simchas and much nachas from your children and grandchildren. Keep your wonderful disposition. We love you. Tzvi and Chaya Bernstein.
Hi, Judy. Happy birthday from Maddie and Bob. I was thinking about one word to describe you. So many came to mind. Bubbly, friendly, caring, enthusiastic, kind, sharing. You even used to make hot cocoa for the mail lady during the winter time. But I think the word that best describes who you really are is genuine, because Judy, there's only one Judy like you, and you have no facades or pretenses. Here are some memories. When we were invited for Shabbos lunch, you put out about 15 different types of Shabbos specialties. Appetizers, main dishes, side dishes, desserts, everything that you could think of. And then, after it was all done, you said, "This is everything I know how to make." Then, of course, who could forget that every note you wrote to Roy was in print, because you are a first grade teacher par excellence. I will send you a separate email about our friendship, our special bond during times of challenge. In the meantime, wishing you a very happy, healthy birthday with continued nachas from all your beautiful family. Love from Maddie and Bob.
Hi, Judy. Mazel tov on this wonderful special birthday. I'm wishing you love and blessings and everything that you wish for yourself and more. I miss your beautiful, gorgeous smile. I miss our talks so very much, and our wonderful lunches and dinners with all of us and the kids. And I hope you're enjoying your life, and there's so much more to come. Big kisses, big wonderful blessings to you this day and always. Mwah. Big kisses. Bye.
Hi,
Wow.
Judy. I wanted to wish you a happy birthday. You should enjoy many, many healthy, happy years together with Roy and have a lot of nachas from your wonderful family. I remember the first time we met. I'm not sure if it's accurate, but this is what I remember. We were at an Ashay meeting, a shir, and I came over to you and I said, I saw that you were new, and I said to you, "Hi, I'm happy to meet you. My name is Judy Rosenbaum." And you said, "So is mine." Is that what you remember? It's Chodesh Elul now, so I just wanted to wish you a ksiva v'chasima tova and a good gebench yor to you and to your whole family. And we missed you. When are you coming to Eretz Yisrael?
Mazel tov, Judy. What a significant milestone you have reached. Happy birthday, and many, many more happy and healthy celebrations.
It's my delightful pleasure to be part of your cheerleading squad to give you our best wishes as you have this milestone to enjoy. I look back to the decades that we have enjoyed a delicious friendship, and I remember Purims that our families shared together with such fun. Who can forget the times at school that we did such rollicking events, such as a Yom Ha'atzmaut program that you and I shared in your classroom, and the beautiful simchas of family celebrations that we enjoyed. All of these things coalesce at a time to celebrate Hashem's bounty to you and your beautiful family. May you continue to celebrate with all of them with nachas, and know the love that you're surrounded with your friends and continuing friendship. Love you. Mwah. Wish you a delicious, wonderful celebration.
Hi Judy, it's Barbara. I'm so happy to participate in this video because I just adore you. You were the teacher of my last 3 children. Lily and Lauren adored you also. And you were the best teacher for Andrew. And I'll never forget your caring ways with him, especially when he would have a seizure in the classroom that would end in vomiting, and you were so casual about it. You just brought in a big garbage can from outside, and you taught the children not to be afraid of disabilities or of a child or a grown-up who has epilepsy. And everybody learned a big lesson from you, and we are forever grateful for your valuable teaching towards Andrew and the other children. And I'll never forget the way you would call me up. You'd be cooking in the kitchen, and I would be cooking just to tell me something special that Andrew did in the classroom, and just made my night and gave me a good sleep that night. So you are a fabulous friend and a fabulous teacher, and I feel so lucky to have you as my friend. And just keep on doing what you're doing and enjoy your wonderful, wonderful family. And remember that Elliot and I already turned 70 in January, so we're older than you. But being 70 is pretty good. So anyway, have a happy, happy birthday. And when I get to see you, I'm going to give you the biggest birthday hug. Bye-bye.
Hi, Judy. Happy birthday, and Ad Mea Ve'esrim Shana. So I want to share a story with you and with anyone else who's watching this video. I'm not a great storyteller the way you are, but to repeat a phrase that I often heard from you, to make a short story long, here goes. So it was many, many years ago, way in the beginning, and you were telling me a story about your cleaning woman and how she would come every single week. And then finally, one week, she said, Mrs. Rosenbaum, can you just answer a question for me? I know all your kids and all your family, but there is a picture of a little boy on your night table, a framed picture, but I've never seen him around here. I mean, he doesn't live here. Who is he? So if you'll remember, that little boy is Yehuda, and you taught him in 2nd grade, and he just absolutely adored you. So when it came to the end of the year, when they took school pictures, he decided to take one of his pictures and give it to you as a present. Now that in itself is something amazing and beautiful, and not every teacher has a 7-year-old boy, or 8 years old by then, who will honor his teacher with his school picture to keep as a keepsake. But what I found even more remarkable, that you as a teacher not only took the picture, you framed it and kept it on your night table, just the way you would any of the other children in your family. And which goes, it shows many things, but one thing that it does show, that as a teacher and as a person, the kids that you taught, they became your kids. They were your kids. And that is how you treated them, and they felt it from you. And that was one of the many reasons why they learned so well from you. That besides your enthusiasm, your cheerfulness, your just everything about you, your whole persona. So I think that's really something for all of us to emulate, and for those of us who have been fortunate to be your friend, we're thankful and grateful and honored. So happy birthday again, and may we all continue to share nachas from you, Judy. As I said before, I'd may have Esrim.
Hi, Judy. My relationship with you goes back to when you and your family moved to Kent Mill. My first sighting of you was in a neighborhood shul. I noticed a woman from afar who caught my attention because of her beautiful smile, her glistening eyes, and her inner beauty that shone on her face. I did not know the woman, but felt she was someone I would like to meet and befriend. Meet her I did, and befriend her I did. Judy, when you heard I was teaching at the academy, you invited me into your home to inquire about the school. I convinced you to come and teach there. We became partners in the 2nd grade, you teaching general studies and me teaching Judaic studies. I enjoyed working with you, discussing the students and jointly deciding ways in which we could further their growth. You were sought after by students and parents because of your teaching skills, your compassion, your sensitivity, your kindness, and your caring and concern for each student. I found you to exhibit these wonderful character traits also to me. We related so well to each other that you called me your frister, your friend who was like a sister. When you moved to New Jersey, we continued our friendship, mostly via telephone. We had a date every Friday morning at which we caught up on each other's lives. Either you called me or I called you. Our relationship continued even when you moved to the Boston area. Even when you went out of town, you remembered to call me. Being a caregiver, I did not always have time to stay in touch. You understood that and became proactive in calling me weekly. Judy, I treasure your friendship and loyalty. What I saw in your face the first time I noticed you, a beautiful neshama, still continues to impress me. Happy 70th birthday, Judy. May Hashem bless you with good health and much nachas from your lovely family, together with your beloved husband, Roy, until 120. I love you, Esther.
Happy birthday to our dear Mrs. Rosie. We did some research about September 13th. Wikipedia relates,
the Greek Parliament voted in favor of an unconditional amnesty for guerrillas who surrendered in the next 30 days. The NBC station voted unanimously to ban radio broadcasts of crime and mystery shows before 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to minimize the possibility that they would be heard by children.
That's also September 13th, 1947. And now we have the headline for the Chicago Daily Tribune.
According to this, the Chicago Daily Tribune, the world's greatest newspaper, AFL refuses anti-red oath.
Turn it around so they can see
it. 3,620 pass examinations for 1,174 police jobs.
Thank you. We did not find any reference to Judy Mann Rosenbaum. Even if we had, it is unlikely. The birth notice would have mentioned that in the years going forward, Judy would wow the world with her smile and gentle manner, always looking out for the other person. Lucky for us in Silver Spring that she and Roy have a reason to visit. We reap the benefits. 1947 was a very good year. Happy birthday.
And many happy returns of the day.
This message is actually a message from Mrs. Judy Marwick. She was unable to upload a video, but she did send us along a written letter, so I'm going to be reading her letter on this message. Here it goes. This is from Judy Marwick. On a memorable birthday of someone who inspires much to enjoy and remember. Memories of sharing in the early years, lending textbooks back and forth for our kids in alternate grades, the joys of the accomplishments of children, occasional concerns, challenges, or worries, values and goals, your wonderful joy and optimism. Equally, I now treasure the continuation of our relationship, the new perspectives we continue to acquire, Baruch Hashem, the fact that you come regularly to this area and I get a hug and often a visit. Thank you, David and Atara. May you be blessed with many, many more years of good health, much nachas, and frequent visits. There is something very special about longtime friends. Much love, Judy Marwick.
Happy birthday, Judy, my dear, beautiful, youthful, energetic friend. Where do I begin to capture your awesomeness? You are sunshine and light, exuberance and optimism. You are caring and devotion. You are overflowing praise and nurturance. You are kindness and goodness. You are beauty and grace. You are wisdom and insight. I just recently found a card with a saying that exemplifies how you go about your days. It says, absolutely everything you do is a chance to give love. Start anytime you like. This is you, Judy. You seize every opportunity to give love to so many people. The love just flows from you so naturally and so generously. Judy, no one ever wants to erase one of your amazing phone messages. Each one is a huge verbal hug that I want to play over and over. For your words are such boosters, so uplifting. There is a song and a smile in your voice. You love people and people love you. You truly make the world a happier, funner place. When I met you at our first meeting on Harvard Street many years ago, I don't think I realized how life-changing it would be. That my world would now be that much fuller and sunnier, that we would get to sit together in shul for so many years, precious time. That we would be work buddies for many years, priceless. We developed such a closeness that when a customer of the bookstore accidentally reversed her car into the parking lot, even our cars were bound together as she smashed my car into your car. And we could laugh about that. And as you see, we like the same stuff, like our gray scarf that we often wore on the same day. I miss you so much, but when your name comes up on my phone, it is a good day. David joins me in wishing you many, many happy and healthy years with your amazing Roy, your soulmate and number one fan. May all the goodness and joy that you bring to others in such full measure come back to you. You are a bright light in the world, and it is my great, great pleasure and privilege to be counted among your friends. Keep being exactly you. It is working perfectly for this world. I love you, and I'm sending you hugs and tons of good wishes on this very special birthday.
It's very hard for me to compress into just a few moments more than 50 years of memories that I have of the wonderful person known as Judy Rosenbaum. But I want to distill into just a few words some of the outstanding character that she demonstrates. Many of you know, all of you know, that we've lived in 6 different communities. And each time, Judy has uprooted herself with nary a complaint so that she could support me in whatever godforsaken job I was pursuing at the time. But what's remarkable is not just that she was a really good soldier and a really good family member and a supportive spouse, but that wherever she went, she quickly managed to endear herself to so many people that her kindness and her human qualities were so magnificent that people flocked to become her friends. And it wasn't just the parents of children she taught. They readily recognized that she had this tremendous love for the children. But people that she would meet on the most diverse occasions, they all became admirers of Judy Rosenbaum. I, of course, am the president of the Admiring Judy Rosenbaum Club, but I have many, many, many members who join me. Judy would not say that she's a disciplined person, but she is. Time after time, whether it's little things or big things, whether it has to do with discipline in what you eat and how you eat and where you eat, or whether it's in observing Judaism to its fullest extent, far more than what is the minimum required of her. Judy is just an outstanding exemplar to me, to our children, to our community. And it's very corny to say this, but I hope she'll give me another 50 years or more of happiness with her. Thank you, Judy. You're the greatest.
Happy birthday on this special birthday to Judy Rosenbaum, our sweet friend. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear daughter. Happy birthday to you.
Shalom. Do you like to play with the trucks Bubby Judy gets you? Oh, that's a monster truck. Shalom. Shalom. Oh, the truck fell down. Oh my goodness. Do you like to play with the monster truck? Oh, it goes on its own. Who got you that monster truck? Bubby Judy? Okay. Happy birthday, Bubby Judy. Green, say happy birthday. Happy birthday. Okay.
No, that's so.
I love you, a bushel and a peck, a bushel and a peck, though you make my heart a wreck, make my heart a wreck, and you make my life a mess, make my life a mess, yes, a mess of happiness about you.